Hi guys. So quick one today about trying to unlock your overhead position in terms of stability and mobility. I hear a lot of people saying that they have been doing loads of work on their overhead mobility, so shoulder mobility, thoracic mobility, but actually something that they're fundamentally missing is actually the activation part of mobility as well. Today specifically I'm talking about the thoracic spine. So just to review those points. So we know that for good overhead positioning we need a full range of movement at the glenohumeral joint or at the shoulder joint. Now depending on where you get your information from, that can be between 170 to 180 degrees of flexion at the shoulder joint. So that means going from this position, neutral, all the way up to full overhead position. Now that is without any compensatory movements, so no tilting of my pelvis or unlocking of my anterior stability or my anterior chain, and without using my thoracic to get the extra mobility. We also know that you can gain about 10 degrees of extra movement overhead by having a good and stable amount of thoracic mobility. Now what I mean by stable amount of thoracic mobility is the range of movement, but also the muscular control around that to stabilise accordingly through that full range of motion. So I'll show you what I mean by that. So with that I mean going to full shoulder flexion, and from there using my thoracic to take myself back that few extra degrees. Now with that I mean without unlocking my anterior chain and tilting my pelvis or letting go of my core to do that. Sometimes you will see people will get into the overhead position, and to get that extra bit they will actually arch, and all of that movement you see will come from their lower back. So I'm going to give you a couple of exercises today to help you unlock that area by using the muscles around that area to support you into that extra bit of range that you need. Now, activation isn't the same as strengthening. Strengthening can be a byproduct of some of the activation exercises. However, we are simply looking at using these exercises to understand what it feels like to activate the musculature in that area and utilise that musculature to gain you a nice controlled additional range of movement. That is going to help your overhead mobility and therefore help your overhead positioning. If you can get strong in this position, then you'll find that you probably end up with less shoulder pain and less problems trying to stabilise your lifts or stabilise whatever it is that you're doing overhead. Anyway, have a go, see how you get on, let me know.